And we are back, and today's conversation is going to be a little bit shorter, but I hope that by the end of it, you will have picked up something. I did say before the break that when I do return, I'll be joined by a political analyst to take us through the matter of the street vendors and hawkers. On the 10th of January, they were supposed to leave the city streets in Kampala. However, they were extended. The ultimatum was extended to Monday, 17th January, which is next week. So it is on that particular matter that we draw our discussion. And joining me on set is Yakub Mayanja Musazi, the political analyst. You're most welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. For the record, when you call us political analysts, in such situations, sometimes it kills the gist of the matter.
Oh.
Especially to the persons that have got to take on these words that we do come and share with you. Since I happen to front myself with many portfolios, how I wish you front me as a business person and to that as an economist.
Okay. All right. I think we shall use him more of an economist in that way, man with different businesses in one way or the other, away from the side of the politics. Let's try to build from their discussion, Mr. Yakub. Street vendors is what we are now looking at, the hawkers and the street vendors. Let's talk about the issue first and foremost. If you're to look at the lockdown and the 2 years, in your view, how was business on their side? How greatly were they affected?
Well, thank you very much. You see, Jerome, we should trace back how they come into existence and for how long have they been in place. We come to realize that these people have been here for some good time, quite some good time, way back from 1990s to date. It's not a question of today or yesterday, it is a question that's traced back. So, as we are to tackle it, I would hope that our leaders, if at all they were even willing, they should tackle this matter with due diligence. When you ask me that how have they been affected with the pandemic for 2 years now, if at all it hit a teacher who was earning a salary, how about a street vendor who's not even sure whether customers will come or not? You understand? So this is not even something we should discuss, that how have they been affected. Greatly they've been affected, because we are talking about people that used to work from morning up to night, and time was brought to 6 p.m. so they could stop at around 4 or 5, so that they can start working and get to their homes very quickly. You understand? So it has been a dire state the way they've been working. It has been a dire state the way they've been living, and up to date they're still struggling. These are people that have got families, that have got other dependents. So to me, they've been in a sad state, and they are still continuing to be in a sad state. However, my worry is our leaders looking at them in a special context, because much as we are having problems, we should be classified in our setup.
Okay.
We are not suffering the same way. There are those that have already been problematic in their situations. You understand? So if at all a problem comes on top of it, it is getting worse.
True.
You understand? But have they been accorded that special attention? As we're talking about PWDs, as we're talking about young girls that have got pregnant, have we got time to think about the hawkers in their particular whatever forum? You understand?
Yes.
So these are questions that we should be asking our leaders.
Okay. Now, I would want also to understand. I believe most of them feel it is better to work on the streets because the customers are coming. Now, there is also an angle of these traders who have already paid their money and they are in the arcades and selling this. Most of them are selling the same products as these ones on the streets. If you're putting it in that angle, who of the two would you say deserves a free room for the market?
You see, I'm not sitting here to say that we should have hawkers on the streets. It's a very bad picture, but at the same time, everything's got its positive side. Every cloud has got a silver lining. So, hawkers are there. They are not going to be there, but they are a result of the poor economic situation that have been brought up by the government, which is not working as it's got to work. So, at the end of it, before even going to the question of who should thrive in business and do what, these are equal shareholders of this country. However poor they could be, these are equal shareholders of this country. If we are to send them away today, what is our plan of organizing them? It is not only Uganda that have got hawkers. Go to California, go to India, go everywhere around the world. Hawkers are everywhere. But how do we organize them to earn something, to get something to educate their children? Yesterday or the other day, I saw a parent on TV, and it's like, they are telling us to go away from streets, but we've got nowhere to go. Markets are full, and those that are empty, the prices are high for us to obtain a stall in those markets. Who's going to help these workers obtain stalls in the markets?
Okay.
Shall we even have purchasers in these markets? I'll give an example of the market at Wandegea. Even up to date, we are still discussing the question of why was it even placed there? Was it constructed on an informed basis or not? It is empty. No customers are going there because the accessibility of it is poor.
Oh, it is where we are going to have the street hawkers take it to.
You are putting them there to purchase to, to sell to who? The accessibility of the market is poor. You understand? And we've questioned this market from the establishment of it to date. Nobody's talking about us leaders. What is the executive director doing for Kampala?
And besides that, I want to know also, do you believe once they leave these streets, will they get these clients? Because now we are looking at it in the way that this is someone who wakes up in the morning to make the money, regardless of the fact that it doesn't look so good for the city when we have the city filled up with vendors and hawkers. But if you look at their argument is when they are taken to these markets, the challenge will be getting the customers.
You see, when just to give you a little bit back on the question of whether to leave those in the cage and leave these outside. You see, sometimes, in fact, in most cases, if you question them, where they get these things, they are selling on behalf of the people in the arcades. Because people don't have time to enter arcades. If they do, the prices inside arcades are high. So what do? They send some of their commodities to these hawkers to sell for them on their behalf, and they get commission. This is how it works. But those that you're seeing staging as infringed on as people that have got the mandate to operate in the arcades, this is just a political question.
Okay.
But if you face the reality bit of it, they are put in place by the people in the arcades. And when you ask me whether they'll get customers when they put in the markets, these are giving us alternative prices. If you enter an arcade or a market and you find that prices are too high, a hawker is going to give you an alternative price. An alternative price is either lesser or double lesser.
To make it easier for you to
Exactly,
buy the
because
product.
for them they are surviving. Leave around the people in the arcades. For those ones,
Someone is just earning to survive.
these ones are surviving. So even if he's earning 200 as a profit, he will sell. And for us, we shall purchase more. You understand?
Because you want something cheaper.
Exactly. And you found it cheap. So when you send them to the markets, will you even go there? As I've been telling you that the markets at Wandegea, as an example, at Wandegea, who accesses it? How many?
They
Who
are
are going to Wandegea?
Yes.
Leave
Wandegea,
around going for your job you're doing here. But going there.
as that's quite a challenging question.
So these are the questions we should ask ourselves. is it strategically located for business for these people? It is not. You understand? These are people that are selling car spares, car accessories. They are selling fruits and whatever. But it's a question of aligning them and organize them. I don't know what our leaders are doing, but they should sit down, come up with a plan for these people. Because these are Ugandans that are desperate. They are bound to do anything to survive.
True. Because, and if you can actually look at that, our economy has actually been in a situation whereby most of the Ugandans are only working for survival.
Exactly.
Very few of them are working for future investments, because now you would look at the money you're going to make a day, and it's only going to help you to buy the food that will help you go through the night. And it's on that same matter where I want us to head into this question here, and to know is, once they are relocated away from the streets, what next?
This is not the first attempt that we are having hawkers to get relocated.
Okay.
It's not the first attempt.
It has actually been coming in phases, though whenever it has been.
I'm on record. It's not the first attempt. But these are Ugandans you are telling to go away from streets and work from where? Are you
From the market.
Are you going to give them free stalls in the market? You won't. And by the way, the government is also earning from these hawkers. No wonder they're not coming out with a plan to organize them. Because once they come and arrest them, they are getting fines from them.
How is that?
And if you tell them to get organized and you give them licenses to operate,
They're going to
give you
shun away.
a one-off license,
Okay.
to pay you a one-off license, and you won't get the monies that they are getting from the frequency times that they do come for.
What I've actually picked up from this is you're saying the government also benefits from the fines that, let's say, KCCA council, these people doing the smart city, whenever someone finds, they're getting the money back to the government.
Exactly. And that's why when you ask me, why are they not organizing them? I will tell you, they are benefiting from it.
But according to them, they're going to organize. Starting next week, they want to organize, chase them off the streets, organize them.
Jerome, just that for Smart 24, you strictly, and you're meaning business. When you check other networks today, they are telling you, they are showing you things to do with the First Sons piece is been infringed by somebody. These are the stories they are giving Ugandans, much as we are in a dire state, as though the First Sons piece is the only piece they've got to talk about. So to me, I'm like, even if they're putting this on record, they are not meaning it. They have attempted several times. That's why you're not seeing big heads coming out. You are seeing juniors coming out. We are going to do this, we are going to do that. Yes, this has been said time immemorial to date, but no action has been taken. And even if they attempt, they can't succeed because they have no comprehensive plan to reorganize these people that they are going to relocate.
You know,
Should they have a comprehensive plan to relocate them, they will succeed. They don't have it. And you can't just come out and say you are sending a Ugandan out of streets as though you are sending somebody who is a foreigner. You can't. These are equal shareholders of the country.
Now, my main emphasis is to see that we all benefit from the idea. How best can these hawkers benefit once, for example, it succeeds and they are relocated or they are removed from the streets? How best can they benefit from this? Because according to the government officials and the Kampala City Council Authority officials, is to see that they can benefit in a far better way than where they are. How best can they benefit, and how can they make more profits even when they are not on the streets?
Okay, as somebody who finds himself as a policy expert, this is what I tell you. If you are to address any problem, involve the person that is attached to the problem. Should you come out and say this is the solution without involving the person that is involved in the problem in the stages of coming up with a solution, it won't work. We've seen this. Several times plans have come to address different issues, but they have failed because because they fail to involve the person that is attached to the problem in the stages of coming up with a solution. So when you ask me, will they succeed or what? This is a question of sitting with these Ugandans who are suffering, who are desperate, sit with them as leaders because this is your mandate to see that you serve them. Sit with them as policymakers, as leaders, and forge a solution. You understand? Sometimes they don't even need to still be doing that business. They don't. What is going to be done? It is even a question of relocating their skills.
Okay.
You understand? Align them in different skills, equip them with other tools because they are surviving. So give them other alternatives of work to do. You understand? But the question of sitting back and say from your air conditioning rooms and you're like, you come out, we have decided as RCC Kampala, we are saying these people should. No, it won't work. It can't because you can't. There is no government that has succeeded in fighting its own people. What is going to be done is Ugandans should sit with their leaders, they forge a solution to this problem.
Okay.
After which we shall see fruits coming out, without which things won't work.
Okay.
I want to be honest with you.
All right. And this is Yakub Mayanja. He says he would be better to refer to him more of an economist in such situations and scenarios. And since we are driving business, I think it is more better that way than the political analyst I would have used before that. But before we can actually leave set, I would like Yakub to give us your last assessment in maybe 3 minutes. Your last assessment and your remarks to the viewers out there.
Thank you very much for this time. Ugandans out there, they should come to appreciate the fact that they are equal shareholders on this country. And also, leaders should come to understand that they are not working in isolation. They are working to serve the people who gave them the mandate. So what is going to be done? Whenever they're having such situations, issues, they should sit with those that mandated them to find solutions. But the question of coming and being absolute in a democratic society that we do assume, things won't work. Because the problems that we are facing today is as a result of failure by the government to put possible avenues for people to live as Ugandans. You understand? So my last words would be, I want government to do its mandate the way it's going to be done because it's going to work with the people that mandated them. And I want to tell everyone outside there to be hopeful. Today it is stressful. I understand hawkers are wandering and desperate, but there is going to be a silver lining in every problem, and the solutions will be for it. They should work with the leaders, and also leaders should work with the hawkers. The solution will come.
All right. And thank you very much for your time. I can only say it is quite difficult to find people this January because January always Januaries, like we all know.
January.
And it is always January. And away from that same issue, all eyes are set on the 17th of January. That will be Monday. What next for the City Hawkers? I'm Joram Posonko, but after the break, Smart Means Business continues with Rita Cabanyoro with more for discussions regarding business and latest information. Be the first to know. Stick around.